Yo, what's going on, Taco fam? So, as y'all know, Legacy of Destruction was legal as of yesterday, so I took it to locals and I went X1. Unfortunately, it was top 4 and my tiebreakers made it to where I made 5th. But I'll show y'all what I played. I played a very fun version of Snake Eye, but let's get into it. So, first off, I played 3 Witch. It's very important and it's Snake Eye. Then next, I played 2 Diabells. So this card's really good. It's kind of like an anti-spell type card. It forces your opponent to set their spells and traps before using it. So there's combos if you can get this out and you normal summon Snake Eye Ash, they can't impermanent because they have to set cards. So it's really good. And if a card gets set, you get to target one of your cards and one of their cards and blow them up. So it's really good. Then next, I played 2 Nightmare Apprentice. So thinking about playing 3, but I can only get my hands on the second one. This card's really good. Discarding bad cards out of your hand or cards that you want in the grave out of your hand. Summon this. On summon, she searches an illusion. So our main target is Diabells. And she has that illusion clause where no monsters can die whenever they battle. So it's cool. Then for the Snake Eyes, so I decided to play 3 Ash and 3 Poplar. In this version, it is a lot more likely that you want to actually still hard draw this, and it's fine if you draw Ash because you just do the Ash combos. But this one's good because I'm playing more Snake Eye cards, and Poplar is really good with another card that I'm playing. But I'm also playing an Oak. Only need 1. Still playing 2 Flamberge. There's an argument to cut it down to 1 maybe, but I kind of still like it just hard drawing it sometimes. And then the new one, Buff Poplar or Snake Eye Diabell Star. So you can search this off of your temple. You can get this off of Wanted, so it's really good. And it's like, as my friend explained, these 2 together is pretty much like Dante and Seer because they pretty much do the same thing. They serve the same type of purpose. You could use Poplar to put this, and then this put the Poplar back to summon it. So it makes Temple an extender as well, and not just have to wait for them to nib you, because you could do this before you get nibbed. Put something in the spell and trap zone, try to do your combos, say you threaten the Appaloosa, they nib you, and then you get to just use Temple to summon the one you put in the spell and trap zone back. So it's pretty good. And then for the spell cards, so 3 poster. Not much to say, this card's crazy. Free draws. And then for all the Snake Eye cards, I'm playing the 3. So Chase is even more insane now as an extender because it gives you access to the Diabell Star. Both of them actually. And during the end phase, doesn't matter whose turn, you get to target one of your monsters as a continuous spell and then bring it out. We all know what these 2 do, so you need them. And then I'm playing some more field spells, so I decided to go with Chicken Game because this card's crazy. Just free. Card says you don't kill me, and it's like old school. Your opponent has to decide whether they wanted to kill this or not, and most times you can just send this off a Witch whenever you get your draw, so it's good. Terraform and a set rotation. All pretty much get to either Temple or Chicken Game, and if you draw them, it's not too bad anyway. In a new version I'm working on, there's another card that I meant to put in my deck, but I'm not. And then I play the Striker Engine. So just play 6 Striker cards. So obviously Engage, Hornet, Widow, and we playing the Shark. I mainly wanted to play the Engage Engine because it's at 3 now, and this gives you a free draw. And you have so many cards that you could dump out. So it's good. And going second, these cards are pretty crazy. And then for some breakers, so I'm playing Droplet and I'm playing Super Poly. There's a good Super Poly target that we could play, and we'll get there when we get to the extra. And then I also play Triple Talents. Insane card, but you know my luck with this card. And then for the last breakers, we play 3 Mind Control and the Change of Heart. So all these are really busted. And the fact that these aren't once per turn is really good. And just stealing your opponent's stuff. So say somehow you didn't draw ways to play, you could just take their stuff to start playing. So it's good. Use it to link climb and stuff like that. This card won me one of my games last night. Pretty good. I only resolved talents once because I only drew it one time when they hand trapped me. All the other times I drew it, I got rid of it because they didn't draw hand traps. Then the last card is Subdual. So this card is really good too. So first off, you can add or special a level 5 or higher illusion monster from your deck. If you do decide to summon it during that main phase, you cannot activate its effects. You don't care because the monster that we bring out is a Floodgate, which forces them to set cards. But there's a cool little combo that you can do because since they can't activate it during the main phase, who cares? Because if they go to battle, even standby draw phase, or even end phase, you can still use Diabell's effect. So it's really good. And the graveyard effect actually comes up a lot too, where you could, if you had Thrust with this card, you can use this, get Diabell's, set Thrust. Use Thrust to set a card, and then activate this graveyard effect, which allows you to target a set card on your field, add it back to your hand, then you could choose to set a card. So you could just basically, under draw, you could pretty much use Thrust to set a card, and then use this trap card to add the card you set to your hand so that you could just freely play it. It gets around the Thrust restriction, so that's really good. But this deck is like 46 right now, but I don't really have that much time to kind of get it figured out. But I've been testing this deck for a month, so it's been pretty good. And then the last two cards I wanted to play was Multi-Universe, which I didn't get a chance to put this in my deck. But basically, this is like a pseudo space. This card's really good. If you don't have any cards in your field spell zone, like face up, you get to just activate this card because that's the only way you can activate it. Then you could target any field spell that's in your grave or either banish. You destroy this card and then place it into the field spell zone. So that's how you abuse Chicken Game, how you can reuse temples if you need it and stuff like that. And it has an effect where if your field spell were to get destroyed, you just banish this from the grave instead. So it's really good. But I will be cutting this deck down to 40. It was just something to play locals last minute, but for the extra. Anima, Kagari, these are your ones. They both serve a lot of good purposes. You can actually use Kagari multiple times. You can put this in the spell and trap zone with like the Diabell Star, Snake Eye, and then during their turn you can summon it back. Or if a turn passed by and then you have to summon this with Temple, you can just get back your Engage or whatever that you need. And then for the twos, pretty much the same generic 4/1s. Don't necessarily need Phoenix as much, but just the fact that it's a fire, it does come up. And discarding cards sometimes good. But yeah, we need the 2 Charmers. They're really insane. Climb to Celine and stuff like that. And we all know what Masquerena does. So fun fact, I did not play at SP because I did not have one. And I was borrowing one, so it's cool. And for the 3s, we played the 2 best 3s. Celine's card's insane. Getting back your spellcasters, and obviously we all know what Princess does. So I was playing a Raging Phoenix, but I had to return it last night. But this is the card I was playing in this place, or should have been, or at least this will be like the placeholder. Because I was going to play this card last night, which it actually lost me a game that I wasn't playing this. Because I thought people were going to play Tenpai at my locals, so I decided to just play this instead. But no matter what, it should have always just been Azalea. And it would have gave me so many good plays, but that was my mess up. And then the 2 4s. Apple, this card is really good too. And we all know Atlantis is crazy. But if I had a Raging Phoenix, I definitely would have played that. So I'm glad I was borrowing it. And then Typhon. This is like the 15th slot. Card's good. And then for Super Poly targets. So playing the Mud Dragon, card came up a lot. It was really good. One of my homeboys, he Protosed and he Escadosed me. He called Fire and Pyro. So luckily I had Super Poly and I was able to make this. So it's a water and then I was able to play. And I also had to face down a Colossus too, which is kind of crazy. And then Embers is crazy. As a good super poly target, it's a pyro for 1, and 2, its conditions are 2 pyro monsters. So against the Snake Eye board, you just take the Snake Eye monsters, and on summon it adds back any field spell from your graveyard to your hand. So it's how you re-abuse cards like Chicken Game and stuff like that. So I like this a lot. That's another effect that's not super relevant though. It might come up, but yeah, if it battles a pyro, you kill it, and then if it's your turn when you do that, you get to attack again, and it's 2900, so it's not bad. And obviously my striker token. But yeah, I'm not going to really show a side because it's locals and it's all subjective, but this is what I've been playing, guys. I've been having a lot of fun with this, and I definitely can't wait to make some edits to this and then play the 2 multiverse universe, because I think this card is really silly. The fact that you get to just abuse field spells, and the fact that you get to re-abuse your opponent's field spells if you didn't draw them either. So it's really good. But yeah, you guys let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. All right, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.